Hey, so this video is all about what is a sales process. If you run a business or you're thinking about starting a business, you're going to want to tune in to this episode. The sales process is critical for your business. Cool. Let's dive into this one. If you're watching this, it means that you're interested in learning about a sales process. Maybe you're a business owner and you've sort of been running things off the cuff and you're like, hey, I need to have a more refined system. Maybe you're thinking about starting a business and you're ahead of the game thinking about, hey, how do I have a system in place that's going to allow me to make sales in my business? So what is the sales process? I'm not pulling this from a formal definition from like a business book. This is just what I've come across and learned now, having run multiple six-figure businesses and what has worked well for us in the sales process and exactly how we define a sales process for our clients. So a sales process at its core is the steps that a person or customer has to go through in order to purchase a program, product, service from you, the business owner. Now, this can go as deep as, I don't know, probably 30, 50, 100 steps to down to just a couple steps if you want to. So the first thing you want to ask yourself when defining a sales process for your business is, what is the mechanism in which that I make a sale? So let's look at this at a couple of different examples. If you're an e-commerce store, the point at which you make a sale is on your website where someone goes to an order form and actually clicks the checkout button and signs, puts in their credit card information, ends up on a order confirm page. That is the point of sale in your business. A business like, let's say an in-person business, if you are a chiropractor, a physical therapist, if you are a movie theater, right? The point of sale is when someone comes into the clinic or comes into your office, they hand over their credit card and they commit to buying to work with you. That is the point of sale for them. And the point of sale is the critical part in the sales process, meaning everything leads towards that point. If we don't make it to that point, then we have zero chance of making a sale because that is actually where we collect the point of sale. So for me in my business, right, I run an online consulting business where I work with businesses, particularly B2B businesses, and I help them with their marketing and sales. So when I'm speaking with a client, my point of sale is typically I get on a call just like this we're seeing on Zoom, and I ask them, would you want to work together? I take down their credit card information, I put it into my payment processor, and that is where I make the point of sale. And that is, we won't technically say that's the end of the sales process, because what's really cool about a sales process is you can have referral systems, you can have upsell systems down the line that can continue with a sales process. For the sake of rudimentary, like beginner level, what is a sales process? We're going to say the point of sale for this example is the end of the sales process. Technically, it's really just a step that leads into potential further steps, but for the sake of this, that's the end of the sales process. So we're going to work our way backwards and say, well, how do we actually get someone to show up to where they want to put their credit card in or hand over some type of way to pay us and agree to work with us? So let's just take a couple of examples, right? Let's take a movie theater, for example, right? Let's say there's a brand new movie that's coming out and they want to sell movie tickets. They want to get someone from where they're at, sitting on a couch, all the way to the movie theater to hand over the ticket, right? So let's look at one mechanism in a sales process or one avenue within a sales process. So what might a movie theater do to create somebody to actually show up at the theater to pay for a ticket? Well, classic example, they create an advertisement that runs on TV to promote the new movie that's coming out. So somebody beginning, we need awareness. So in the sales process, we have to make someone aware. So they might run an advertisement on TV to draw in awareness. Now, what do they have to do? They have to educate on when the day is. So they might run the ad multiple times to educate people what day the movie is going to come out in theaters. So that might be step 2. Step 3 is, hey, maybe they're really busy and you need to order tickets in advance. So they create a process ahead of time, either online or to call early to reserve a ticket, because they want to make sure that the highest quality people are the ones who are so excited they buy in advance and they actually get cash ahead of time, which can help them continue to market their business, right? So if we look at that, you might look at the sales process and say, from a simple standpoint, it's an advertisement to drawing interest through the advertisement, educating through the advertisement to, hey, you need to take an action to actually get your ticket. It might sell out. So what you have to do is have an online portal or call us to book your ticket, or I guess you could come in and get your ticket. And then most people, after they do online or call in, will actually show up and get their ticket, or maybe they'll reserve their ticket and then show up and buy the ticket in person. And that would be the sales process. I'll walk you through a sales process of a company that I run, or businesses that I help, which are physical therapy practices. I run Facebook advertising campaigns for them. And the sales process goes, we run an ad on Facebook for an offer. Somebody claims the offer by putting in their information on Facebook. We then follow up with them via text. We follow up with them via phone call. These are steps in the sales process, right? So advertisement, collect information from advertisement, follow up with text message, follow up with phone call. And then, assuming we get in touch with them, they then book their appointment. They come in, they pay for the $47 assessment, and then they become a client. And so that is a sales process. How do you go from backwards to the first step of somebody becoming aware of your business to actually purchasing from you? That is how we look at a sales process. These can get way more complicated than what we broke down today. I just want to give you some simple examples of how to look at sales processes. And I guess the biggest thing I'd love to challenge you with is, do you know your sales process? And do you know how many steps are in your sales process? If you do, I'd love to know in the comments. And as always, if this has been valuable, if you've gained some knowledge from this, I'd love for you to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're getting value. We'll catch you on the next episode.